So you have also introduced something called as innovation education or innovation teaching methods. So what is this all about, and does it really have an impact on students other than the conventional teaching? What is your innovative teaching all about? Yeah.
Like I've mentioned earlier, the background of MBA.
Mm.
I have noticed that then I was a professor for management school, and this was though I was as a resource person, and I used to take the special lectures for them. There I noticed that what they study and the correlation to what they study and practically what is put to use was somewhere, and there was a big bridge which needs to be covered. And also I always used to wonder, like taking my own case, if I remember what did I study when I was in my 10th grade, I'm sure I would have forgotten by the time I finished my exam and I'm out. Right, if I'm not using it, it's over. So I thought education should be something which should be joyous, like joyous mission. This also comes in. So I've seen children with their heavy bags going to school, looking so stressed, moving from school to tuition to back home, and eating in between in the car or in the rickshaw where they are traveling. So this is not life. This is not
They're
what
so
is meant
stressed
to be.
out.
Exactly.
And they're all examination oriented. They have the
Exactly.
fear of the examination, and really they can't do well.
And the best part, the parents are the ones who are putting the stress on the children.
Correct.
And the school, on the other hand, is the pressing on the child. So for child, it's like total victim mode.
Yes.
They're always in that victim mode. So then I thought that education is something which should be joyous.
Right.
When I'm looking at health, because education and health, they are the two arms of any person.
Yeah.
You empower them, they will be for life happy.
Correct.
Between two hands lies the heart. And if the heart is happy, everything is okay. So I started with this concept of experiential learning.
Okay.
And learning through games. So when I trained the teachers. So it was good that I had 1,500 schools being allotted to me to start up with this program and take experiential training as an important mode of education.
Okay.
So these schools, colleges which were there under me, I had a lot of workshops.
It was all schools of Maharashtra
or Mumbai? Only Mumbai.
Only Mumbai.
And then Bangalore also invited me. Correct. Then there were few in Delhi as well.
Okay.
But when I started, 1,500 came in because of one particular training which I had done for them. And they said, this is something which we need. Correct. And this I'm talking about is 2000 and somewhere between 2010 and 12 or so.
Right.
And that was when I came to know that, no, I have to work on it. And experiential training the teacher. First, I started with the principals. So I trained more than, I think, 1,500 schools, so more than 1,500 principals. And teachers were in huge numbers. And students again in huge numbers. So I crossed more than 5 lakh. I don't even know the numbers, I've stopped counting now. So there were more than 5 lakh, even only in the short span of 4 to 5 years. Okay. And that is where I found that, children, if they learn joyously, they remember forever.
Okay.
So as it is said, you tell a child to read, he will remember only till he reproduces it. You tell a child to listen, probably he will remember a little more. But if you make a child do it, he will remember for life. Correct. And that is how I made the teachers create programs per games per topic. Like a geometry teacher, I told them, if you're going to teach them what is the size of a room, have a classroom, empty the chairs, make the children walk, count the steps, and then figure out the room.
Oh.
So these simple things every school can do, right?
Yes.
I'm not telling them to
and once they do that, they'll never forget.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I told the teachers, this is how you're going to do it. Correct. And I was fortunate enough that I had the support of the yard, that is the government support as well, to do this. And same thing with water. Take water in a bottle, and if you want to know how much you've had, you mark it and say, I had this much ml of water. So they could understand exactly these small concepts.
Okay.
Right? You don't need a lab. You don't need a big infrastructure. The same for business students. Now I'm coming to the university. There I taught them about understanding how to address conflicts. Because you read everything in your books. Right, I have read Philip Kotler, we read everything. But when it comes to a boardroom, I'm not going to sit and remember Philip Kotler, right? I'm going to remember how I'm going to handle this. Correct. That's the situation there. So I started the experiential trainings for them.
Okay.
And then professionals and corporates, experiential training. And for students, I did a lot of work with regards to MOT, emotions. So anger management, fatigue management.
Okay.
People have often not heard about fatigue management. Fatigue management, and talked about a lot about body shaming, talked about more and about interaction and communication, intrapersonal and interpersonal. All of these trainings were done. So I think it runs to, the list is on and on and on with the trainings taken. But yes, experiential training is the note. And now I would say it is so nice that teachers are started putting it into mainstream. No. So all the hard work which was put in then, showing some good results. And I think it has to be expanded nationwide. Exactly. Isn't it? Right. Yeah. And I guess all the B schools, or the universities, the schools, principals, teachers, students should have such trainings in their school. Yes, and a lot of research is going on now, experiential learning also. And include gamification in that. Yeah. Experiential comes one, gamification, you create something out of it. Correct. So that pyramid to go from basic knowledge to creativity. Correct. That is important. That's why, as a resource person on this platform, I would say anybody needs help. I would definitely like to come in and train your teachers, train your principals. Okay. And train the deans of universities, because I've done that as well. So anybody who needs such trainings can definitely connect to me, because we cannot be everywhere, but we can be somewhere. Yeah, at least if you train the teachers, it will go to the children. It will go to the children. Yes, that is right. Yeah. And also about your recent book, Hanuman Wisdom. That's a wonderful book. And why Hanuman is one question that really, I'm very curious to know about it. And also you have covered a lot of topics like leadership training, then entrepreneurial, being an entrepreneur, like what are the skills that you will have to gain. And changing situations, how to adapt to the changing situations, and so many topics you have covered. It's an amazing book, I can say. And can you elaborate on that book? This book is, I would say, we needed a name on the book to showcase that it was written by somebody, but it's all about Hanumanji. Okay. Right? Why? Yeah. So this book has a lot of topics. Like I have a copy here to show. So Hanuman Wisdom is for corporate and entrepreneurial excellence. And coming from a background of having studied MBA, somewhere I was able to correlate it as a spiritual scientist as well. Okay. So this is the two aspects of me coming together in this book. You have integrated spiritual sciences along with the MBA, the business administration. Right. So this book was written basically because I found, like I said, there was a lot of bridges to be covered for people to excel. And most of the time people struggle to excel. Okay. If the right kind of knowledge is given to them in the simplest way, I guess the struggle period and the intensity can be reduced. Okay. So the whole concept was that. And Hanuman, I would say, because I was always a Hanuman Bhakt. Okay. Right. He comes naturally to me because I have heard that Hanuman is a god who communicated very well. Yes. He's a god of communication. Yes, that's what I have heard. Yeah, you're very right. But apart from communicating, he had a lot of other aspects, okay, which we need to understand, which I have put up in this book. So I'll go in a sequence to showcase. He was a person who showcases devotion to purpose. Okay. So in a corporate, his devotion to purpose to Ramji is known to us. But that devotion can be applied to us in our corporate world. Yeah. In our regular life. Devotion to the vision of the company. Yes. Yes. The devotion should be not devotion to a chair. Yeah. It's devotion to the organization. Right? Yes. So because again, Lord Hanuman was all about his devotion to Ram, but leading to the final purpose. Right, to the final goals. So it was always that, and how he enacted or thought about things in times of adversities, different situations, and how he found synergy. how he could adapt to the worst of the situations to the biggest of the situation, how he took his decisions, and how he communicated very wisely. Simple example, when Ma Sita asked him that how is Lord Ram, he said he is on the way, right? He did not tell him that he is stressed.
Yeah.
Because he already know that Ma Sita is already in distress.
Yeah.
He didn't want to add
He
on
didn't
to it.
want to.
He
He
didn't
did
want
not
to,
want to
yes,
add stress
add
to
stress
distress.
to it, right? Because it would go exponential then.
Yeah.
And again, when Lord Ram asked that how is Ma Sita, he told that she is waiting for you.
Okay.
So that becomes a motivating factor for him to go because she is waiting. So these small things, how a person can communicate.
Yes.
And this is the truth as it is.
Correct.
But only put in a form which is creating only positive effects. Because ripples are very important.
Right.
Still water, you throw a stone in the wrong place, it's going to backfire. If you put it in the right place, it will create the rippling effect.
Ripples.
That rippling effect is going to show you what exactly is happening. So that is how this vibrates. It's all about, again, vibrations, because I'm a person of vibration. So this book was...
And you carry those vibes. I've never seen you, I mean, sullen or sad or never. Because I've been seeing you for so many years.
It's been years.
Yeah.
Jai Manchiki again.
Yeah.
And this book is, like I said, it needed a name of an author.
Okay.
So this is an author surrogate book. When I was meditating in the Himalayas at the Neem Karoli Baba ashram, it was a sense of, I don't know, when I was meditating, that it was as if he sat there and told me, this is what you need to be writing. And the whole guidance and channeling happened there. So this book was written in a very short time. And published. So it was not much time where I could also promote it and create a hype to tell people that the book is coming. It's just come up. Yeah. And the other thing is Hanuman, Bajrang Ban, Hanuman Ashtak, and Hanuman Chalisa. Okay. The essence of all three has come together because it's come from the source himself. So I would say, karta hua naam apna hota wali baat hai ye to. So this is how the book came, and it's really nice to see that people have accepted this book well. Okay. And also people are looking forward to seeing their excellence in business and as entrepreneurs and also as corporate leaders. Okay. So this for me is a boon. To be in that zone, to have been able to write and to be chosen one to pen down that words of wisdom of Lord Hanuman.
Okay, that's fantastic. Like how Valmiki wrote Ramayana and Vedavyas wrote Mahabharata.
Really?
It's something like Hanuman has come in your and told to write such a book, I can say. Yeah. So with your expertise in NLP, like how do you bring in the full potential into individuals through your NLP coaching?
NLP was another topic. Like one of my doctorates was in NLP out of the 5. So NLP, basically what I majorly work on, as we all know, it's all about belief systems, right?
It's again about emotional intelligence, yes, I can say.
That is how
they're all interconnected. All your, different therapies in different fields you're working, they're all linked together.
Yes, very much. Like in NLP, I do a lot of signature analysis. I do a lot of graphological analysis. Okay. Right. I also look at the persona of a person. Okay. So NLP is not something which I would take only as mindset. Right. It's a study about what I perceive about the person as a neutral person. And what is it that is, we need to just bridge the gap. Correct. Nobody likes to see that you are doing something wrong. Okay. Because if it was wrong, that person wouldn't have done it, right? Some belief in them is making them do because they think it is right. Okay. So my work majorly as a life coach, business coach, and using NLP there, basically I just tell people, first you accept what you are. Okay. And when you accept what you are, you will know that what is working for me and what is not working for me. And what is not working for me, I take professional help or I try to figure out. And then if it is something which I need to change, I change. Right. So 3 A's are very important. One is awareness. Okay. Be aware where we are going wrong. Like if I'm feeling thirsty, I should know that I'm thirsty. And what is the remedy? Drink water. Drink water. It's simple as that. But if I don't want to admit that I'm thirsty, then the solution is not going to come. You're not on the right path.
You're
right. And if I don't have water and I don't see water anywhere around me, I can then ask somebody to give me water. That is a professional help you did.
That's the help that you're taking.
Yeah. So NLP is all about understanding what is within us and what is it which is lacking and what are the actions we can take to bring it to a completion.
Okay.
So closing the loop. You're keeping open-ended things.
One is awareness, you said. What are the other two A's?
Action. First is awareness. Be aware. Then accept.
Accept it.
You accept it. A person who is very angry. Okay.
And then take action on it.
Exactly.
Awareness, acceptance, and then action.
Yes. So these three are very beautifully explained in the book Reclaim Your Riches.
Right.
How to do it.
Okay.
Because only then your vibrations will be higher. Okay. And only then you will manifest the wealth you want in your life. So if you love money, I guess you people have to read Reclaim Your Riches. And I would say I love money.
Let me read that and I want to become wealthy. Yeah.
Because if you have wealth, you can contribute to the world. Right? Wealth of knowledge, wealth of good health, wealth of money, and then you can help.
Dr. Sujata, how do you integrate your Vedic knowledge with your coaching and teaching, and what benefits have you observed from your
basically I have people who come for the life coaching sessions because either they are having somewhere some gap which they want to be covered, and also it could be because they want to move ahead in life.
Okay.
Right. So when it comes to that, what would be better than the Vedic systems, frankly speaking, because it is time tested. We have had it for centuries.
Correct.
It's helped people across various professions, those times also. So when it could work then, why wouldn't it work now?
Correct.
It's just that we have not understood the science behind it.
Okay.
And that is why often, because I'm a speaker for the spreading the Vedic knowledge across the world, and as a Bharat Vishwa Guru aspect also, as I speak on them, Vedic knowledge is something which creates those vibrations in the human body and mind that we can handle even the most adverse situations.
Okay.
And that brings in complete emotional balance. Now, because I was so closely connected to understanding our culture right from the beginning. So we have our various systems, like you do the puja, you do the mantras, you do the havan, you do all of these things, but it has a lot of significance. And working as a spiritual scientist, I dig out the science from them and present it to the world, which showcases that India is not a land of snake charmers and superstitions, but it is a land of spiritual scientists who did not work in labs, but they worked in the inner lab called as consciousness and the mind. And they are the ones who have given the knowledge, the wisdom, and also the ability to use that wisdom in the right way. Today the world understands. Today they look up to India and they say that your country is a rich, culturally rich country. India is a land of spiritual scientists. All are sages. We talk about the Sapta Rishis. Each one of them actually holds those aspects of energies which we need to balance our life.
Okay.
The whole of the Brahmand which we talk is the constellation, that is the energies.
Okay.
If we understand, now people often say, Indians, you believe in astrology. Now the whole world believes in it, of course. But initially, I would say in times when we were still under slaves, we were subjugated only for the reason taking us to be farmers who are not educated. But our DNA holds the wisdom of the Vedic times, that which has been lost.
So like if you have to recite some Vedic mantras, which really, brings those energies into human beings. So what are those mantras?
In fact, each mantra, which is there in our Vedic text, is having an energy specific to it.
Okay.
If you want education, you will have one mantra. If you want good health, you will have a mantra.
Okay.
Now, what is being lost is how to recite the mantra.
Okay.
That we need to be activated, because when put in a musical form, those vibrations are created. And those vibrations is something which reverberates into the body. And that reverberation helps activation of the chakra. So the chakra which is dormant, which is in regression or which is not vibrating in that frequency, gets activated.
Okay.
So there are various mantras like that. And that is why, if you would have noticed, the Gayatri mantra is one which is initiated into the child as soon as possible, because it creates the vibration of focus.
Okay.
It creates the vibration of learning. It creates the vibration of being, in a zone wherein they can dig deeper into things.
And absorb
than
knowledge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When you dig deeper, you basically absorb, then you go deeper into it.
Yeah.
So that is how it is, because the whole world is nothing but a shiny object syndrome, full of distractions, Maya. But we need to actually understand one thing, go deep into it and reach our goals in life, purpose in life. So all our mantras are basically to focus towards a goal.
Okay.
And that is how mantras form an integral part of the Vedic system. And this is what I do in my retreats across the world. I have like many people coming from various countries. And in those retreats, I speak about the spiritual sciences. Okay. And it's really nice to see that those people are now coming towards, now my next retreat is in Rishikesh in October. They look forward to coming for the reason is because they want to know about how we are so spiritually evolved. Right? One dip in the Ganges, they say something changed in me. Right? Simple as that. What changed, they wouldn't know, but they say something, I feel light. Example, that lightness is because whatever negative was there within them, somewhere feels been washed out because of the composition in the water of the Ganges. Okay. So it is a science. So my work is to look into that aspect, give a logical reasoning, and showcase that Vedic systems are something which is time-tested, scientifically proven, and very practical.
Oh, that's wonderful, wonderful. So you talk about all the Vedas, is it? Rugveda, Sama, and Atharva.
Yes, depending on what is needed at that point of time.
Yeah.
Sama Veda majorly music वगैरह
Majorly music only.
है.
Yeah.
So Sama Veda say more of it, but definitely yes, I use all the knowledge. Now again, I would say I have not studied the Vedas per se as such, but I meditate on them. Okay. So somewhere I feel right now I'm in a situation where what needs to come to me comes to me, and that is what I get. So what is needed comes to me, I would say. So even in an audience wherein I have 3,000 people also at times, what they need, they receive. Okay. So it is, I wouldn't say that I have to be a Pandit to know that. Right. If I know the science of that, if I do it in the right way, definitely the person is going to get the results. So when we talk about mantras, it's a combination of various vibrations. And these vibrations, when they come together in the right sequence, in the right form of reverberating into the body, that is where the magic begins. So like, for example, if I have to just share a short mantra right now, it would be that first we bring our hands together. We unfold our legs, right? That is because we want to bring the left and the right hemisphere into unison. Okay. And that is where the magical or the miracle mind starts working. That's where the self-healing mechanism also starts getting activated.
Okay, so when you bring your hands together, you're bringing the right and the left brain together.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes, exactly. Yes. And it is at the heart center.
Okay.
It's at the heart center. That means you're allowing your mental and your emotional body to come in unison. Okay. And that's where the magic begins. Okay. So if I have to chant a mantra, for example, I'll just chant one small mantra. So we get an understanding about how it works, right? So first, being grounded is very important, that your feet are there or you're cross-legged, however comfortable. Right? Take a deep breath in and then chant the mantra and see that you take the least breaks of breaths. That is another aspect to it. Om Satchidananda Parabrahma Purushottama Paramatma Shri Bhagavati Samhita Shri Bhagavati Namaha Hari Om Tat Sat Hari Om Tat Sat Hari Om Tat Sat Hari Om Tat Sat.
Okay.
So when we chant the mantras, it is not about how beautifully you are chanting. It's about how united you are with that vibration. Okay. Right? So now it could be that a person would not do a high pitch or may not do a low pitch, but how concentrated you are with that mantra. And at that point of time, what is your state? And that state creates a higher state of consciousness. Right. And at that point of time, you're able to be in that zone where your self-healing mechanism activates.
Okay.
That's the reason Indians chant mantras.
Right.
And now we see the whole world turning Hare Krishna, all the different parts, but they need to be taught the sanctity of the mantra.
Okay.
How we need to be doing it. And that's exactly what I spread to the world. The Vedic wisdom in the right way.
Thank you.
So every drop creates a ripple, and this ripple, every Indian can do it.
Okay.
So let each one of us, with whatever knowledge we have, spread this peace to the world, because it's in our DNA. We don't have to go anywhere else. So my message to all our viewers would be, let's make India proud by reviving Bharat.
Thank you, Dr. Sujata.
Thank you
have
so
given
much.
so much of insights and a lot of knowledge, and the way you carry yourself and your cheerful face and the vibes that you carry will be, I can say it spreads everywhere. And you have worn many hats effortlessly, I can say. You are into so many things. You have touched upon education. Somewhere you are talking about spiritual sciences, for sound therapy. You even have trained principals, teachers, and MBA graduates. Again, you have spoken to scientists, and, and this wide range of your role. I appreciate it greatly, and thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. It was my pleasure.
Yeah.